The Karnataka minority quota decision, a 4% quota in government tenders for the minority communities, has become a national talking point. And this over how the quota can become a reality. And I'll talk about that in just a bit. Let's first tell you why this decision by the Karnataka government became a flashpoint in Parliament. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar in an interview spoke about the quota move and was asked particularly about how religion-based quota can even become a reality considering such a move has previously been struck down by the courts. It's also anti-constitutional. D.K. Shivakumar said this, and I'm quoting him exactly here. Lots of changes. Constitution will be changing. There are judgments which alters the constitution also. This is exactly word to word of what D.K. Shivakumar said. Essentially, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister speaks, yes, about constitution changing, but suggests that such changes will be made by the courts. Now, it's this particular comment that D.K. Shivakumar has made that's triggered a political firestorm in Parliament. And here's a glimpse first of the BJP's attack led by J.P. Nadda and Kiren Rijiju.
डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर ने स्टेटमेंट दिया है हाउस में कि जरूरत पड़ेगी तो हम संविधान को भी बदलेंगे. दिस इज अ वेरी सीरियस मैटर. और ये लोग बड़े संविधान के रक्षक बनते हैं और ये लोग संविधान की रक्षा करने की बात सारे देश को बताते हैं, ढोल पीटते हैं, वो संविधान की धज्जियां उड़ाते हैं. ये इसके लिए हम रोक करते हैं.
But what do you want? What do you want?
I want that such laws and rules should be withdrawn and discussion should take place, and Congress party president and the leader of the opposition should answer this question.
आज कांग्रेस पार्टी का संवैधानिक पद पर बैठ करके वरिष्ठ नेता जब बोलता है कि संविधान को बदलाया जाएगा मुसलमानों को रिजर्वेशन देने के लिए, ये हम मंजूर नहीं हो सकता है. मैं कांग्रेस पार्टी से कहना चाहता हूं, आप अपना पोजीशन क्लियर करो. अगर आप मानते हैं, अगर आप बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर का संविधान को मानते हैं, तो आपके वो संवैधानिक पद पर बैठ करके जो आज ये बयान दिया है उसको तुरंत बर्खास्त करो और अपना पद को उसको हाथ छीन लो उससे, नहीं तो आप नाटक मत करो.
Now, the Congress, meanwhile, has rallied behind D.K. Shivakumar, with Kharge hitting back at the BJP in Parliament. Let's get you details of what Mallikarjun Kharge said when you had J.P. Nadda Rijiju leading this attack.
कौन सा वो आदमी जिनको कहा देश का संविधान बदलने वाले हैं? देश का संविधान जो डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने बनाया वो कोई बदल नहीं सकता. रिजर्वेशन भी कोई खत्म नहीं कर सकता. और उसकी रक्षा के लिए हम कन्याकुमारी से कश्मीर तक हमने पूरा भारत जोड़ो यात्रा की. ये भारत तोड़ो करने वाले ये सब रिजर्वेशन के धज्जे उड़ाने वाले लोग.
Okay, let's bring in our reporters from the ground. We've got Piyush Mishra joining us with all the updates on the BJP's attack. Moshmi Singh, who tracks the Congress for us, is also joining us on this broadcast. Good evening to both of you. Moshmi, I'd like to begin with you. Now, I started off this broadcast by quoting exactly what D.K. Shivakumar said in that interview, where he did very much speak about the constitution changing to be able to accommodate this kind of minority quota or religion-based quota. So what exactly is the Congress saying to fight this back? Because they claim it's a fake narrative. Now, if you look at that interview, that's exactly what D.K. Shivakumar said.
You're right, Akshita. You know, D.K. Shivakumar in that interview mentioned some certain words like the constitution, linking it to reservation, to the Muslim community. He's talking about changing the constitution in good times, and all that entire statement has a potential and had the potential to snowball into a huge row. So the Congress, in fact, we can see that is at pains trying to defend D.K. Shivakumar because they can't abandon the statement or the leader of that stature who's at the helm of affairs in the Karnataka government. And clearly, it's put the Congress on the burner as far as the BJP is concerned, and given the BJP a huge shot in the arm to target the Congress as far as, constitution and upholding the values. So, and that's
Just a
why
quick
you've seen
follow-up, Maushmi. There are some reports that suggest that the High Command has sought a clarification from DK Shivakumar. Is that true?
No, I don't think that is correct, because if you see the timeline, and I was coming to that, Akshata, that we've seen Mallikarjun Kharge defend DK Shivakumar on the floor of the House, saying that the minister has not given any statement like that, and Jairam Ramesh giving a privilege notice to JP Nadda, moving a privilege notice on JP Nadda and Kiran Rijiju. So that means that the Congress is backing DK Shivakumar completely, for the want of the fact that they don't want to add fuel to the fire by admitting that he made an error.
Okay. Piyush, let me bring you in on this broadcast as well. As Maushmi pointed out, Jairam Ramesh has already moved that privilege motion against Mr. JP Nadda. How is the BJP going to be continuing their fight over this? It's very clear, looking at how the BJP big guns spoke today, that this is an issue they'll continue to take forward in Parliament.
Well, absolutely, Akshata. They are going to continue to take this issue forward. Why? Because a change in constitution is an issue on which BJP has also faced a lot of problems. Remember that during the Lok Sabha elections, the narrative was set up by the opposition that BJP government wants to change the constitution. They want to end reservation, and that is why they are seeking a charge so far. So now the BJP wants to bust that entire narrative which was built by opposition, and that is why on the statement of DK Shivakumar, BJP is going all out against this statement, and tomorrow also we can expect the entire issue to be echoed in both the houses of Parliament. Remember that today in the morning, the moment the House resumed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, in both the houses, BJP raised this entire matter and sought clarification from Rahul Gandhi. In fact, the BJP has also asked DK Shivakumar to resign if he is not able to clarify. So BJP has not made a huge issue. In fact, BJP has gone on to say that the Congress party wants to give backdoor entry to the Muslim community by giving reservation of a reservation which is meant for OBC, SC and SC to Muslim community. So a lot of allegations versus counter allegations taking place. We'll have to wait and watch.
What's interesting is that we're seeing today in Parliament sessions being adjourned because of the Treasury benches. Because of the Treasury benches being up on their feet and protesting over DK Shivakumar's comment. Thanks very much, Piyush. Thanks, Maushmi, for joining us with all of those details. DK Shivakumar right now has also clarified on this entire controversy. He claims he's been misquoted, that he didn't speak about changing the constitution. But like I said right at the beginning of the broadcast, I explained to you exactly what DK Shivakumar had said. So you can break it down, interpret it whichever way you want. Here's DK Shivakumar's clarification.
On the basis of the backward class, what is in my state, on that basis, my government has taken a call. I said that let us wait for the court. In so many cases, on so many states, it may be Maharashtra, it may be Haryana, or many states on this type of reservation, people have gone to the court and courts have given various judgments. That is why I said after various judgments, the constitutions will have to have changed earlier.
So that was the first clarification that came in from the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, where he claims that he's been misquoted. Then we spoke to him again and asked him specifically about his comment about minority quota and changing the constitution. Listen into that statement.
Sir, how do you see the statement of Union Minister Rijiju targeting you that you have made a statement of changing the constitution?
I have not made any statement. It is all bogus, false. They are desperate. They're desperate. I have been very sensible. I am telling often. Morning also I have given a press conference. I have tweeted it. Let them go to all the records. I have not gone to the assembly at all, number one. I have not issued any statements connected to the change in the constitution. It is all baseless.
Okay, let's bring in Sagai Raj. He's joining us live from Bengaluru with more details on this. Sagai, for DK Shivakumar, this has proven to be quite embarrassing. The comment that he made in that particular interview, snowballing into trouble, not just for him, but for his party also, for the AICC in Delhi.
Absolutely, but the Congress as well as DK Shivakumar have defended, stating that the BJP is trying to peddle fake news. They are trying to misquote him and misguide the people when it comes to this particular statement. So he had given a clarification stating that there are several judgments from the court which have actually changed the constitution. So he meant to say that there are amendments which have been made according to the constitution, but it has been misquoted by the BJP, whereas the BJP has cashed in the situation where they have stated that DK Shivakumar wants to change the constitution to give reservation for the minorities. And this is the kind of attitude that the Congress has. So they have targeted the Congress, keeping DK Shivakumar's statement, but the DK Shivakumar claims that he will be misquoted, and they are trying to divert the main issue by quoting his statements.
Thanks very much, Sagai, for joining us with those details. Clearly, there's an attempt right now for damage control by DK Shivakumar, by the Congress High Command as well, because of the entire constitution narrative that the Congress has always used to attack the BJP, saying they're attempting to change the constitution, has now backfired, interestingly. You've got the BJP firing that now at the Congress. But let's talk about really the minority quota move in Karnataka. Is it actually possible? Let's tell you about how states have actually ensured quota for Muslims, for minorities. In Andhra Pradesh, there's 4% quota for Muslims, but this is under the OBC category. So it's non-specific really, and there are certain groups of Muslims really that are under this particular quota move. In Telangana too, there's a 4% quota for Muslims, again under OBC. So it's not really Muslim reservation per se. It's not identified to be for one particular religion, just that they consider to be backward, so they come under OBCs. In Kerala, interestingly, there's an 8% quota in education for Muslims, and then there's a 10% quota in government jobs also for Muslims. And again, let me highlight that these are some sections of Muslims. Tamil Nadu has 3.5% quota for Muslims under OBCs. Notice here that all of the ones that I've referred to, they're all under the other backward caste groups. Now in Bihar, Muslims have been added into the most backward classes of OBCs. In OBCs, backward classes, most backward classes have been identified. Muslims have been added to the group of most backward classes. This is how they've ensured reservation for some Muslim groups, citing the fact that they're socially backward. So why is it that when DK Shivakumar speaks of minority quota, he speaks about changing the constitution? Why is that the big talking point? Let's take a look at really what the constitution says on religion quota. Article 15, important here because it prohibits discrimination on religion, race, caste. If there is reservation, it means, of course, that one group gets more opportunities than the other. So it will mean discrimination on the lines directly of religion. Article 16 prohibits discrimination for employment on religious, race and caste grounds. So again, for jobs, you cannot allow discrimination on the lines specifically on the basis of religion. So Article 15 and 16, any sort of religion-based quota is going to be violative of these two articles of the Constitution. All right, we are going to continue tracking all the big political reactions because, like you heard from our reporters, this is an issue that's going to echo in Parliament tomorrow as well.